Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, let's discuss the SQL topics which are required for QA automation testers. Okay, so this is a very important document. Please stay tuned to till the end of the video. And also guys, if you need this PDF, I have given a link in the description and also in the comment section. Please explore. Okay, so let's get started. What is a database? Database is a collection of interrelated data. What is DBMS? DBMS is a database management system. It's a software used to create and manage and organize the databases. So then what is RDBMS? RDBMS is a relational database management system. It's a DBMS based on the concept of tables, also called relations. Data is organized into tables with rows and columns. Okay, example MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, etc. Then we have talked about what is SQL, why we use SQL, okay, and the correct operations, the difference between SQL versus MySQL, and we have talked about the SQL data types. Okay, and we have talked about the type of SQL commands: DDL, DQL, DML, DCL, and TCL. Okay, and we have talked about the uh, and we have talked about all the SQL commands step by step. So first we have talked about the data definition language. Okay, and the type of DDL commands we have discussed on creation of table, on how to alter the table. Okay, and we have talked about the drop table, creating the index, dropping the index, creating a constraint, dropping a constraint, and truncating the table. Okay, so in the next section we have talked about the data query or retrieval language, nothing but DQL or DRL. Okay, so here we have talked about the select statement, where statement or where clause, and or and not operators. Okay, so all this comes under the respective category. And then we have talked about the distinct, and then we have talked about the like keyword. Okay, and then we have talked about the in operator. We have talked about on how to use between, is, null, as, order by. Okay, and we have talked about the multiple samples. We have talked about the group by clause. Okay, having by clause. We have talked about the aggregate functions. And then next we have talked about the data manipulation language. Here we have talked about the insert statement, update statement, and delete statement. Okay, in the next section we have talked about the data control language. Okay, here we had talked about the grant command and revoke command. Okay, and we have talked about the TCL, transaction control language. Here three main keywords will come into the picture: commit, rollback, and save point. Okay, so we have discussed everything in the notes. In the next section we have talked about the joins. Okay, so there are four main joins: inner join, outer join, cross join, self join. Okay, so inner join, we have talked about it completely with an example. And in the outer join we have talked about completely. There are two types of outer join: left outer join and right outer join. We have talked about it. And even full outer join or the full join. And we have talked about the cross join. And then we have discussed about the self join. And then we have discussed about the set operations. Okay, so the following commands or the following keywords will come into the picture: union, intersect, except, union, all. Okay, so we have talked about union, we have talked about intersect, we have talked about except, and then we have talked about union all. Okay, and we have talked about the difference between set operations and joins. And then in the next section we have talked about the subqueries. Okay, yeah, that's all guys. So if you thoroughly prepare this interview notes, it's really helpful for interview. Okay, so I have given this link in the interview preparation kit, so please do check out. I have provided the link in the description and also in the comment section. um, please explore. Yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. All the best for your upcoming interview. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.